We continue now at the top of Daf Pei Beis Amud Beis in Meseches Yoma. This is Yoma Daf 82b. The Gemara here continues, V'rotzeach gufe minolan. When it comes to rotzeach, to murder itself, how do we know this halacha? Rashi says, Di'e horeg ve'al yavor. How do you know by rotzeach it's better to be killed than to transgress and to murder someone else? And to that the Gemara says, Svarahi, it is logical. De'ahu da'asa lekame de Rabba. There was an individual that came before Rabba. Amar le, he said to him, Amar li mari du roi katle leplanya. V'ilo katil nalach. So the Mari Durai, which was the ruler of the particular village, he said to me, kill so-and-so, and if not, I'm going to kill you. What should I do? Amar lei, so he responded to him, Niktalach velo siktal. Better that you be killed rather than you should kill. My chazis de dama didach sumak tfei. How do you know that your blood is redder? Dilma dama dahu gavra sumak tfei. Maybe the blood of that other individual, maybe that blood is redder, meaning you don't know whose life is more important, so you should not commit murder. Rather, you should allow yourself to be killed. Rashi over here says, Mari du roi shilton shel kfar shani dar sham. Again, the ruler of the village where I live. My chazis the dama didach sumak tfei. How do you know that your blood is redder? Rashi explains, Kolomar, what this means to say is, my daitach lemishri milsa mishum v'chai bohem v'lo shayamus bohem. Why do you think you should be allowed to commit this act? Because the pasuk says, live by the Torah, don't die by the Torah. You might think because of that pasuk that you're allowed to commit the murder, because that allows you to stay alive. So now Rashi explains, no, the whole reason of the pasuk of V'chai bohem, that you live by the Torah, is because the lives of the Jewish people are more important to HaKadosh Baruch Hu than the mitzvahs themselves. So Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so that's why in general, by most Averis, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Tivatel HaMitzvah v'yichyeh. Better that the mitzvah be nullified and let this person live. Aval achsha, but now, sheyesh kan Yisrael nerag, where either way a Jew is going to be killed. Either you're going to commit the murder, or you're going to be killed. V'hamitzvah b'teila, and the mitzvah is going to be batal. So lama yitav be'enei hamakom lavar al-mitzvaso. So in this case, why should HaKadosh Baruch Hu want you to transgress the mitzvah, if anyway the life of a Jew is going to be killed if you transgress, if you commit murder? Lama yedama chaviv alav yoser midam chavercha Yisrael. Why should your blood be more beloved than the blood of your friend? In other words, so therefore here, you don't have an excuse to commit the Aveira, because in this particular case, someone's going to die in either case, so you cannot commit the murder. And the Gemara continues, Hahi uvra da'archa, there was once a fetus that smelled some food. Again, the woman who was pregnant needed to eat on Yom Kippur. It was a situation of possible danger. Rashi over here says, Hahi uvra da'archa shehiricha v'yama kippurim haya. She smelled something, it was Yom Kippur. The question is, should she be allowed to eat? So asu lekame de Revi. So they came before Revi. Amar lahu, he said to them, Zilu lechushu la, go whisper to her, the Yoma de Kippurehu, that it's Yom Kippur. And so the Gemara says, lechushu la, they whispered to her, v'ilchasha, and she accepted it. Rashi over here explains, lechushu la bi'azna, they whispered in her ear, sheyom ha-kippurim hu hayom, that today is Yom Kippur, ulai tucha lisapik, maybe when she hears that, she'll be able to refrain from having to eat. Ve'ilchasha kibla es halachisha, she accepted that which was told her. Shapasak ha'uber mitava. So Rashi explains that the fetus no longer had this desire. The fetus accepted the idea that it's Yom Kippur and decided that it did not need to eat. So Karioleh, so Rebbe said about that baby, before you were even formed in the womb, I have known you. In other words, we see that there's something special about this child even before the child is born. Nafik mina Rabbi Yochanan. And who was this baby? The baby turned out to be Rabbi Yochanan. And the Gemara continues with another story. Hahi uvra de archa. There was another fetus that smelled some food. Asu lekame de Rabbi Chanina. They came before Rabbi Chanina. Amar lahu lechushula. He said to them the same thing. Whispered to her that it's Yom Kippur. Velo ilchasha. But this wasn't accepted. Kari aleh. So he called about this particular baby the following pasuk. And we'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Pei Gimel Amud Aleph.